I'm Nancy Kawalek, and I'm the Director of Stage, Scientists, Technologists, and Artists Generating Exploration. And Stage is delighted and honored to be here in collaboration with CRANN and as part of celebrating Dublin, the 2012 City of Science. Science and art are both driven by a curiosity about how the world works. Both require imagination, both are engaged in creative exploration and an eagerness to go where no one has gone before. Science and art have a great deal in common and a great deal to learn from each other. The Stage International Script Competition evolved out of a desire to foster that exchange among artists and scientists, to nurture new and imaginative voices and methods of storytelling, to make theater more reflective of the technological age in which we live, and to make science more accessible to the public. What really drives the Stage competition is a desire to cultivate creative and imaginative discoveries, because those discoveries, whether they're in science or in art, are what drive us towards excellence, and they're what endure long after we're gone. Out of the hundreds of script submissions the Stage competition received from a dozen countries, we are very proud to present the top prize to Ms. Alana Valentine for her beautifully written play, Ear to the Edge of Time, winner of the 5th Stage International Script Competition for the Best New Play about Science and Technology. Before we present Alana with her award, I'd like very much to express my appreciation to CRANN, especially to Dr. John Boland, Dr. Dermot O'Brien, Mary Coakley, and many thanks to Leah Beveridge for all of her efforts. I also want to thank my collaborators at the California NanoSystems Institute for their support, our very esteemed panel of judges for their expertise and time, and the extremely talented cast of actors who will be performing in the reading of Alana's play. Heartfelt thanks to all of you for being here this afternoon. We hope that all of you will please join us after the reading for a reception in the CRANN Science Gallery. We'll point you in the right direction after the performance. Now, to help me present the Stage award, it's my very great pleasure to introduce someone who understands creativity and imagination in a profound way, Dr. David D. Awshlom, Director of the California NanoSystems Institute, recipient of numerous national and international physics awards, and a member of both the U.S. National Academies of Science and Engineering. David.
Thanks very much, Nancy. And thank all of you for coming here this afternoon to share with us this very special event, particularly in a very sunny day, which I've been told is pretty standard here in Dublin. Apparently not. But I also would like to voice my thanks for both the members of CRANN and Trinity College, Science Foundation Ireland, and Dublin City of Science for the very generous support for this afternoon's reading. So as Nancy pointed out, science and the arts are inevitably entangled with one another. They're both curiosity-driven disciplines. They're both driven by a sense of learning and innovation to explore new frontiers. And whether they're studies of the brain, or emotion, or quantum physics, or the philosophy of multiple universes, discoveries can be exciting and sometimes even troubling. But in these challenging times, a lot of us feel it's very important that both the arts and sciences support each other very, very strongly. And I think a wonderful example for this has been set by the Stage judges, a really extraordinary mixture of Nobel laureates, Pulitzer and Tony Award winners, that have all donated their time to help with this competition. And in fact, we're very proud that one of the judges this year, David Wineland, received last week's Nobel Prize in Physics. We'll make sure David knows this. So without further ado, it's our great pleasure to present the 5th Stage International Script Competition Prize, including a $10,000 check and an engraved award to Ms. Alana Valentine from Sydney, Australia.
Thank you very much. I'd just like like to very quickly thank Stage for this award, this, I hope, career-changing award. And I'd also like to thank the CSIRO Sydney, the Australian organisation, who allowed me to stay with some radio astronomers out at Parkes, the radio observatory. I stayed with them and I ate and I recreated, and I was going to say slept with them, but it was only technically, not euphemistically. I'd also like to thank my friends at the Sydney Observatory, Professor Jocelyn Bell-Burnell, Professor Andrew Lyne, Dr. Dick Manchester, Dr. Marta Burgay, and Dr. John Reynolds, all of whom are eminent radio astronomers who gave me their time. Finally, the Australia Council for the Arts gave me a fellowship to research this play and write it and travel the world speaking to radio astronomers for a year. Philip Ullman made the pulsar sounds. You'll hear some sounds in the play which are artists' impressions of what pulsars would sound like based on how quickly they spin. So they were originally made by the Jodrell Bank Observatory in Manchester, and Philip Ullman did mixes. So when you hear those sounds, you'll know they're sound versions of what are mathematical approximations of the pulsars. And finally, for my agent, Dane Kelly, and my media representative, Vicky Gordon, thank you very much.